I heard that recently Santa Claus had to call the Ghostbusters. Apparently, he was having difficulties with a North Poltergeist. Welcome to the stream. Happy Sunday, everyone. Surprise! We're here for a surprise stream on an unusual day. A Sunday stream. I used to do Sunday streams more often, and, I wish I was better at doing them regularly still, but it doesn't happen very much. Maybe one day I'll get back on track with Sundays, but here we are, and thank you for being here, my friends, at this unusual day, at this, well, not really unusual time. But I'm very happy to see you. We've got Yake first in chat with a fine set of emotes, followed by Lucent Jelly and Wolfman Gaming. Pleasure to have you all here, my friends. I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a good weekend. My weekend has been mostly bogus. I'm having plumbing problems again, and because of that, I'm gonna be repeating this a lot. The schedule this week may be irregular, unreliable. There may be canceled streams. I'm gonna try my best to be here, but if I need my daylight hours for working on my pipes, which I'm gonna try to investigate the situation myself. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I watched a couple YouTube videos. I'm gonna poke around a little bit. It can hardly make the situation much worse, right? We've got a clog in the line somewhere, is my hypothesis. So I'm gonna see if I can find access to the right point and snake it out. And if not, we'll call the plumber. But of course, I'll need to be here. I'll need to be here and awake for whenever he's available. So that might throw my night times might throw my night times off schedule. So keep an eye on the Discord. I'll let you know if we're going to do any Dark Souls this week. We'll do it on Tuesday and Thursday. I will limit it to those days. So if there's no streams on those nights, then no Dark Souls this week. But since I know people don't want to miss that playthrough in particular, if it happens, it'll be on Tuesdays and Thursday. It'll be on Tuesday and Thursday. But beyond that, I'm just going to kind of announce what we're doing before I go live. Do what you gotta do. Hopefully you can get it fixed. Yeah, I hope so. Mine too, Jelly says. Yes. Funny how that works, right? Funny how that works. But we're going to try and have some fun tonight. We're going to doing a sort of surprise stream for a couple hours. I'm going to work on Castlevania and see how we can do. We've been working on a damageless run. I've gotten pretty close a handful of times, and hopefully I'll get even closer tonight. I brought what is potentially a secret weapon this time. I found this at the store. I just had to pick it up. It is crunchy kale chips, but I don't know if you can see that title down there, that flavor. I think this may prove to be a secret weapon against Dracula tonight. Vampire killer crunchy kale. I have no idea what this is like. I'm going to take a bite. I bought it just for that. I bought it just for the title because I thought, oh, it'd be funny. I can eat this during my Castlevania stream. I may take a bite of this and find it horrifyingly terrible. Who knows? But I like to try a weird snack or a drink on the stream sometimes when I come across one. And here's an excellent one: Vampire Killer Crunchy Kale. I don't know if I've ever had any sort of a crunchy kale or kale chip product. Surely I have. I mean, I've had kale plenty of times, usually in soup. Wow, it is, if it kills you, we'll know you're the vampire. Perfect Castlevania snack. This piece has a tail. It's much more brown than I was expecting. That my first impression is it's very brown, and it is very dry. So I imagine this is going to be very crunchy, and I'm not going to crunch a lot in your ears. Or we're going to try not to, because I know a lot of people don't like the sound of chewing, but I think for the first bite, we have to see what its crunch factor is like. So actually breaking the tail piece off, I will eat that. I'm putting it back in the bag. But to get a nice clean bite of the first one, I had to sacrifice that piece for now. So smells like wall chicken. It smells kind of like Chex Mix. When I make Chex Mix, I make it very garlicky. So it smells very garlicky. Is appropriate for a crunchy kale vampire killer. It says it's nutrient dense. Maybe not the loudest crunch that I've ever had from a chip, but definitely crunchy, definitely dry. At first, very garlicky. It tastes like tastes kind of like marinara sauce. Tastes like pizza sauce. I think if you spread pizza sauce on like a tray and dehydrated it, it would probably come out tasting a lot like this. I mean, it says it's got red bell pepper, sunflower seeds, lemon juice, and chickpeas, among the other things. All right, it's not bad. It's not bad. I could eat more of this. Sounds good. I like me some garlic. I love garlic. Sounded like you chomped on a dried tarantula, Jelly says. Oh, now I'm scared to eat another bite. Yeah, I like garlic. Let's dive into this. Let's dive into this game. See if we can get a run off the ground now. I use an unreasonable amount of garlic when I cook. Like every dish I cook starts with a whole bulb of garlic. Not a whole clove, a whole bulb. I like even just plain garlic cloves, like if they've been roasted with oil, and they get kind of crispy and brown, but they stay soft and gooey on the inside, like a garlic french fry. Fantastic. The recipe calls for 2 cloves. Try 2 bulbs. Well, we play Wario games. I think I can relate a lot to Wario because he's famous for liking garlic. But Wario and I, we've got a lot in common. We're both kind of big built guys. Love wearing purple. Love finding treasure in video games. Love eating garlic. Wario of the four Mario brothers, Wario is definitely the one that I think I can relate to the best. Off to a good start with stage 1. Most of my dishes that I cook start with onion, garlic, and spicy peppers, usually habanero. That's like the foundation of everything that I cook. Those three ingredients. If I make a chili or a stir fry or a pasta sauce, it's pretty much always starting with those ingredients in the recipe. Conga, good to see you, Conga Line Monkey. Welcome in to the unusual Sunday stream. Today is Sunday? Interesting. Is it? Do I even know what day it is? Am I wrong? That explains the football. I just never thought about it. Fair enough. I don't trust myself to keep accurate tabs of the day. You likely saw in the Discord, but I should probably mention it fairly often that having some plumbing problems again this week, so the schedule is going to be probably kind of all over the place. Hopefully we'll get them straightened out quickly, but in case we don't, I may be canceling sporadically or showing up with strange gaming choices. I'm gonna strive to keep things sort of simpler. Speaking of strange gaming choices, I got another plug-and-play. Oh, I'm so excited. Jelly found a plug-and-play at the thrift shop for me today. It's called 25 Games. I know nothing about it other than it's called 25 Games, but my hopes are high because 50 games included. I mean, we only played 3 of the 50 games so far, but all 3 of those games on 50 games included were magical. I just hope this plug-and-play isn't 25 of those 50 games. I hope it's by a different company, or... It wasn't called 25 Games Included, so... But these things don't have a lot of identifying markers on them. Plumbing? We'll understand if you look a little flush. Oh, nice. Well done. I don't know. I'm hoping I can find access. We're on a septic tank. I'm hoping I can find access to the line and that I can just run a snake in there and unclog it, and everything will be fine. I watched a couple YouTube videos and was like, well, I don't have a large like machine powered plumbing snake, so that's not good. My equipment is it's just a handheld device, so I don't know if it's going to be powerful enough. And also my septic line doesn't appear to have one of the access points that they show in the videos. I don't know if it's buried or what, so I'm just gonna poke around in the yard and see what I can find. Wish me luck. As long as I don't fall into the tank or drop anything in there, I think I'll consider it a good day, regardless of how it goes. Alright, well, we made it to the end of stage 4, so we'll finish this run even if it dies. We'll make this our warm-up run for practicing those last 2 dreadful stages. I wasn't sure if those are actually hurting that guy or not. I feel like I've thrown holy water at that bone snake before and had it stun lock him without actually damaging him. That may not be true, but it's what it feels like. We've had several runs that have made it to stage 5 and died there. I think we've had 2 that have made it to stage 6. It might have just been 1, but I feel like it was 2. Both times I made it to stage 6, I've been killed by the bats. I'm just a mess at those bats. What am I doing? I like with the holy water that you can just kind of drop it and walk away and the enemies will walk into the fire. I rely on that a lot. Ooh. No! Ah, rip the run! No! I got turned around. So very upsetting. Why does this game have to be like this? Why couldn't that be the one? We could have got it first try tonight. Instead, now I have to be sad. I need to slide my desk and all my setup here just a little bit forward, so I'm actually slightly closer to my screens. I moved my setup around so I could sit further back from the screens, but I'm a little bit too far back. It's hard to find that Goldilocks position. Oh no. Well, you know, sometimes there's just no words. Why? Everything was so beautiful. Everything was so beautiful until halfway through stage 5. And now it's all trash. These parts shouldn't even be tough. There's not even pressure to do well once the run's dead. I'm still somehow messing everything up. That knocked me the wrong way. No. There's situations like that where there's sometimes that I think that if I get unlucky with where he spawns, I don't know that there's any way to not take damage. I feel like on those few occasions, damage is actually mandatory. Could be wrong. There's a lot I don't know. Loyal to Soil, welcome in, Loyal. Happy Sunday. Thank you for making it to this unusual stream on short notice. No, I stood too far from him twice. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. How's my night going? My night is going okay. I'm having kind of a rough weekend, Loyal. I've got plumbing problems that are sort of driving me crazy. But we're trying to stay positive and just have a little fun tonight. Let's go no power whip. Let's see what this is like. Oh. Well, immediately. Blunder my first attack. It was way too far away. I was never going to get there. Oh. Nice. Hey, Greg, welcome in. Greg's Retro channel is here. Sorry, I'm really reading the chat very well right now. I will get caught up with everyone momentarily. Alright, we had a beautiful run that went terribly. It got terribly ugly, but at least, hey, a damageless, low percent Dracula, that's not bad. I can be a little happy about that. At least the final battle was kind of cool. Never done that before. We'll reset here in a moment, and we will try again for the real run. Let me read what everyone has to say. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Thank you, Loyal. Glad you're able to stream to take your mind off things and enjoy. Yeah, I was hoping we'd just spend a couple hours hanging out together tonight and yeah, focus on something else. For a while before it's time to head to bed and get up and, I don't know, blunder around in the yard all day tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Greg says playing Dragon Quest Treasures. Don't think I know that one. Anything good for breakfast? I think I had General Tso's chicken for breakfast. It's a new game just released a few days ago. How are you enjoying it? Is it an RPG or is it kind of like a spin-off type thing? I know the mainline Dragon Quest games are RPGs, but sometimes, you know, if it's a spin-off, it could be kind of anything. We've got crunchy kale chips tonight. They are vampire killer flavored. I was hoping that would give me a little bit of an edge against Dracula. I've had one chip so far. They the first one was kind of big. They taste like marinara sauce. They're very garlicky. They're all right. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to buy them again. But I don't regret having them once. Thank you for the GGs and the let's go, by the way. Thank you, Conga and Loyal. Good so far, still in the beginning phases, Greg says. Not sure yet how the combat is. Some of my favorite 8-bit music. It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat the Castlevania soundtrack. Let's reset over here. That name, yep, that's why I bought them. I bought them just because of the name and because I thought it would be funny to eat them while playing Castlevania. for NES era music. This game has some of the best, Greg says. Budafingers, welcome in. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm down to my last drink in this particular water bottle. I got another one over there out of reach. Boat ladder, welcome in. Sorry about the more plumbing problems. Thank you. Yeah, it's had me feeling down. I'm not gonna lie, I've been feeling down. Trying to be optimistic that I'm gonna be able to clear it out myself, but I'm not very skilled. So we'll see. I'm gonna poke around in the yard tomorrow and see if I can find access to the septic line, and if I'm able to snake the line out. Hopefully that's all it will take. And if that doesn't work, then I'll have to call a pro to come take a look at it. I watched a couple of videos, but it doesn't look like. It looks like when you have a septic line, there's supposed to be an access near your house, but mine doesn't appear to have that access, or if it does, it's been buried. So the plan tomorrow is to dig along where the line is and hope I can find the access near the house. And if I can't find it near the house, I'm going to pry up the cap on the septic tank and see if I can see the entry point, and see if I can see it, if I can reach the snake to it from up top, and hopefully, I don't know, do something. But I don't know, I kind of doubt it's gonna work. But I was saying, as long as I can avoid falling into the septic tank or dropping anything into it, I'll probably consider tomorrow a success. I got a buddy who might come in and raid. Well, that would be nice. We're always happy to have more around here. I trust you've got some cool friends, Loyal. I mean, I'm one of them, and I think I'm a pretty cool guy, right? Be careful you don't find the gate, Budafinger says. I've never actually seen that film. Dropping something into it, okay, but if you fall into it, that would be bad. I don't know. It depends. It depends on what I bring with me. Because anything I drop in there is lost. Good evening, everyone. Sir Rack of Lamb, welcome in. Hope the weekend was treating you well. We were just talking about that. My weekend's been not so great, so I hope yours has been better than mine. I've got plumbing issues, so my the streaming schedule may be thrown into chaos this week. I didn't post a real schedule in advance. I will let everyone know if we play Dark Souls, it will be limited to the Tuesday or Thursday night streams. If I don't stream on one of those nights, then we just won't do Dark Souls this week, because I don't want to do it and have the people who are, because that seems to be the thing people most look forward to lately, and I don't want to have you miss it by doing it on a weird day unannounced. So if we stream those nights, it'll be Dark Souls. If we don't stream those nights, just no Dark Souls this week. We ended off pretty well. We're at a pretty good stopping point with Dark Souls anyway, since we just killed a boss, and now I've got to go search a different area of the game entirely. So we're at a good place to take a pause. Stretch break, yeah, let's do it. Not even close. What if there's wall meat down there? Wall meat down in my septic tank? Am I contractually obligated to collect it? I've got a blanket rule: no eating from the sewer. Hey, Captain Jax, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, my friend. It's good to see you again. let us know. What were you up to tonight? How did your stream go? Thank you, Conga, for typing the shout out. Going down into the septic tank is kind of like Dark Souls. Buddhafinger says. Yeah, my plan is not to go in there. My plan is to do all my work from above, as much as possible. What were you up to? What were you up to, Captain Jax, in the retro category? Playing a FA game, Famicom game called Double Dragon Legacy, and it glitched out on us. I hope you didn't lose a ton of progress. I'm actually kind of excited when glitches happen. Fan game. Is it like what is it, like an 8-bit game or 16? I guess it could be basically anything. Double Dragon has spanned a lot. I always immediately think of the NES game, but you're on the final stage. Oh no. I'm so sorry. That is the worst. That is the worst. I'm actually kind of like, when glitches and crashes happen, I'm actually kind of excited when they happen, but because I like to see interesting things like that happen in games, but when you lose progress, it's really hard to be positive about it. It's just like the arcade game. All right. Derek Ocean, welcome in. Sunday stream? No way. Yeah, we're doing the weird Sunday stream. Doing the odd Sunday stream. Well, if you made it to the final stage once, I have every confidence that you're going to be able to reclaim the progress. I'm pulling for you. Mora 503, welcome in, Mora. Thank you for Jax crushed it right on. That's good to hear. So we're playing Castlevania tonight. I've been working on a couple of challenge runs for Castlevania for a while. I've done it deathless 2 times. We did any percent deathless, and we did whip only deathless. I'm trying to do any percent damageless. It's been very difficult. I've made it to stage 5 several times. We actually just made it to stage 5 on our previous attempt a few moments ago. I've made it to stage 6, I think twice. It's hard to remember. Those bats at the beginning of stage 6. I don't know, but I've made it through every stage in isolation damageless. It's just a matter of putting them all together, right? So that's what we're doing. We're on the grind. There's a lot of resetting, a lot of broken dreams. But if we get the run, it's gonna be a thrilling time. So I'm hoping I can make it happen for us. I'm fairly confident. I'm confident it's going to happen eventually. It's hard to feel like I'm close sometimes. Come back to it at a later date. Right on. I've had I think the worst thing I've had like that happen was the first time I played Ninja Gaiden on the NES. We were about 9 hours into the stream. I don't know how long I'd been playing it for, because it hadn't been that game all stream, but it had been that game most of the stream. But we were about 9 hours in, and I was on the last stage, and I'd been there for a few hours on the last stage in Ninja Gaiden, and then my power went out. And I lost everything, and I did not have the heart to try again for a while. Brutal stuff. I know Captain Jax will beat it, Loyal says. Right on. All right, so I'm going to start pressing some buttons here. We'll try to get another run going. going to do my best to hang in and chat with everybody, but I may fall behind on the messages a little bit. It gets tough to take your eyes away from the screen. Oh, wait. I've got to, I'm sorry, I've got to reset. I didn't realize I've got a timer. My timer's not on the screen. I don't really care about the time. The timer is mostly just to keep me focused. I don't really care about going fast, but I do need my timer to be on the screen. I went the whole previous run without it. Has anyone seen Sparrow lately? Sparrow's dropped in a little bit. He just went on a big vacation, and now that we're on daylight savings time, his schedule doesn't line up as well. We're on daylight savings time or we're off daylight savings time. I never remember which part of the year is which. I know we made the switch not that long ago. Play more Crisis, Derek says. Tonight, good game, but so tough. As good games often are. We all love a challenge. Oh yeah, I owe a stretch break. Right, I do. Since my room is not put together, it's whenever I go to the big camera, I don't have anything to show off. It's just my bare exposed light bulb hanging from the ceiling. So yeah, let's take a moment to stretch. I'm on a level where I'm in a tank and still dying, Derek says. Oh no. Yeah, I'd classify that as pretty rough. I'm so close to the ceiling. I can't extend my arms straight up. The controls on the tank are iffy, to be fair. It's rough. I mean, any part of a game that kind of mixes up the control scheme. Especially if it's a game that's already tough to begin with. And they throw a curve at you like that. Definitely gives me a hard time running into that kind of thing. Alright, now we'll start pressing some buttons. So friends, if you've come in with the raid, if you're not familiar with the channel, one more time, thank you for being here. I'm Frownie, of course. I stream several nights a week, usually most weeknights, from about 11 p.m. Central Time to question marks. We're just doing kind of a short stream tonight. We frequently go for about 6 hours. That's probably about the average. I'm mostly a retro variety guy, though I play newer stuff on the Switch every now and then. And, yeah, we do a couple different types of things. When I'm doing a first playthrough, it's always very strictly blind. I never do any research. I almost never ask for help. Although sometimes people really wish I would. But I like to struggle my way through games the hard way and sort of learn about how well they do at teaching you. their own rules and limits. Sometimes we do challenge runs of games, particularly arcade-style platformers, the like brutally hard stuff like this, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Contra. Try to beat them, deathless or limited items, those kinds of things. And other times I like to play long sessions of broken trash games. Usually anything licensed, anything jank. We'll throw it on and we'll play all the way to credits, or sometimes even 100%. And I just kind of lose my mind. And we strive for a relaxed atmosphere where everyone can kick back, forget about the cares of the world, and enjoy themselves, while I struggle with a whole bunch of games that are way too hard for me. That's the idea. I was like, sweet, I'm in a tank, watch out. But then I was like, watch out, run. Alright, focused. I've been leaning on the reset button. If I mess up anywhere before the end of stage 4, then I tend to reset, so we're not wasting a ton of time on dead runs. If I make it to the end of stage 4, then we usually finish the game out for the extra practice, even if things go badly. I hadn't really planned to go for a damageless run in this game, but I wanted to do whip only deathless, and while I was on the grind for that, I got to where I was doing a good job on most of the levels, where I could get through them a lot of times without taking any hits. And so I thought, well, if I had the sub-weapons back, if I had the sub-weapons to cheese the bosses, then I could probably do it damageless, so... So here we are. I just can't help myself. How come you took down the games? So I still have them. My bookshelf of games, I still have it up, Loyal. The reason you can't see them is because we're against a different wall now. I moved my desk. I'm gonna put them behind me again. I'm gonna move the bookshelf over here, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I have to change these light fixtures first. And then I'll have the games behind me again, and something else, because it won't take up the whole space. It's why we love it here. It's all about the jank, Derek says. Happens fairly frequently. I was just saying before, Jelly found another plug-and-play for me. So she found a plug-and-play. It's called 25 Games. I've got no idea what's on it, but I'm sure it's all trash. And I'm very excited. Oh no, I didn't get the meat. I like to pick up the meats just for fun. Frownie's the guy in the meme hiding behind the tree. Caption says, when you find jank games and a new plug and play, yes. I don't know if I can picture it, but I appreciate the thought. I like having the bookshelf of games behind me when the, I like having the bookshelf of games behind me when the camera is in, like, wide mode. But I kind of like just having the plain wood paneling when the camera is in, when it's just a small face cam like this. More games on them means they're bad. I've got some seasonally appropriate games ready for us to play on the stream. Maybe at the end of this week, but more likely next week. I've got a couple that I think are going to be, pretty fun. And I also think are going to be pretty trash. I'm looking forward to it. Christian, cool. Welcome in, Christian. Thank you for the lurk, my friend. I hope you're doing wonderfully tonight. Fuzzy Boots, good to see you again. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the rare collectible Sunday stream. Action 52 is a perfect example. Yeah, that's basically the kind of stuff I'm looking for. Plug-and-play devices with copious amounts of barely functional just kind of slapped together games. But the thing is, like I said, that 50 games included plug and play. All 3 of the games that we played on that were magical. I mean, they were terrible, but they were wonderful at the same time. So I'm looking forward to the other 47. I would have liked that Roman numeral, but it wasn't worth it to walk all the way back there for it. Should do the Grinch for Christmas. It's bad. We'll see. It all depends on what I can get a hold of. One game I associate personally with Christmas is Mickey Speedway USA on the Nintendo 64. I got that game at Christmas time, and I remember playing it over the vacation, and I had the soundtrack to Jim Carrey's Grinch movie playing on like a loop while I played that game. So those two things are like fused in my head. I don't know what the soundtrack to Mickey Speedway is like at all. I mean, I don't remember most of the game at this point. It's just vague impressions. But anytime I like see something from that game or hear something from that soundtrack, like I immediately think of both things. They go together in my mind. Nice, Boat Ladder says. Diddy Kong Racing I've never played, actually. I hear it's great. Mickey Speedway, I believe, is pretty mediocre. It is I think it is a rare game though, but I don't think they put as much into it. I have all my fondness for it is just nostalgia. There's nothing objective to it. Welcome in, friend. Came in with the Jax raid. Awesome. That's quite the hefty comment you got there. I'm looking forward to reading it, but I gotta wait till it's safe. Old School McFly, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Pleasure to have you here as well. Sorry, I've got the timer running right now. It's hard for me to look at the chat. But I hope you've had a wonderful stream. Tell us what you were doing and how did it go. We'll try and get you a shout out here in a moment too. But welcome to your friends as well. We're playing Castlevania. I'm going for a damageless run. This run is currently still alive. Fingers crossed, maybe it'll be the one. Or maybe it'll all fall apart right here. Oh, goodness. Life is full of disappointments. I'm not exactly sure how to say this. Is it a Pez Adriarts? Adriarts? Pizzazdriarts? Feel free to correct me, because I'd like to do you the courtesy of pronouncing your name correctly. I'm just not very clever at reading. A man with a whip lost his keys, and he's trapped on a castle in the middle of nowhere. Searching, he encounters several deadly obstacles, but wait, what the player doesn't know is that he's the bad guy, and he's going to kill Dracula, the video game. You know, I have on occasion thought that it does seem like Dracula's kind of minding his own business, and here we come on a home invasion mission. when there's no story in the game, we just kind of have to kind of take it on good faith that we're doing the right thing. That's what happens when you say your run's going good. That is exactly what happens. That is my life every time. I've made it to stage 5 a lot, but it's still only a small percentage of the runs. Did some Bomberman, McFly says. Blew myself up a bunch. I can relate. Off to bed, Loyal says. Got to work in the morning. Thank you for everything tonight. See you soon, buddy. Thank you for the fine company, Loyal. I hope you sleep well. Have a smooth day at work tomorrow, and hopefully I'll see you a lot this week. I'll just repeat again, though, that schedule's going to be kind of in flux, so apologies if I can't show up some nights. Most people just call me Pez. Pez you shall be. Alright, so we made it this far. We're going to finish out the game for the extra practice here while I try to stop crying. And then, we'll reset and we'll take it from the top. If you like a lot of Castlevania played barely competently, you're in the right place. We will get this run. It will happen. I am certain of it. Oh no, I messed up Dracula. I messed up the Grim Reaper. I'm facing the wrong way. Oh no! Oh, I thought for sure I was a goner. Thank you for the follow, Pez. Very happy to have you on board with us. Very kind of you. Thank you for that. That like scrambled glitch screen that you see there, well, This level is not not even deathless. Wow. Awful. Awful. Ugly stage 6. That scrambled glitch screen. I don't know if the capture captures it, because it's only there for a brief moment, but yeah, whenever it's stage 6 loads for the first time, there's a scrambled screen, and I always know to expect it, and yet I'm always scared the game's crashing. In the past, what the game doesn't know, you resolve that with imagination. Not all had the luxury to have the manual or a complete game with box. Oh, so very true. Doesn't tell you, yeah. I almost the vast, overwhelming majority of games that I own are loose carts and discs. I don't even have boxes for most of my discs. But it can be good, right? It can be good. Without the official story, it gives you a chance to look at a game in a new way. Sir Recolam says, do you primarily play Castlevania, or was it the flavor of the month that you got hooked on and can't put down? Just curious. Yeah. No, I would not say that I'm primarily a Castlevania streamer. It's just been since October. I've been playing a lot of this because of the challenge the challenge that I've been on. Before this, it was Super C, and before that, it was Contra, and before that, it was Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and before that, it was Castlevania: The Adventure on the Game Boy. I used to speedrun that one. So we've been working our way through a bunch of different games. I'll get into a game and I'll do a bunch of challenges for it, and then I'll move on to another one. I'd like to do some challenge runs through Ninja Gaiden. I'm not very good at that game, so it would take a lot of practice. I played it a couple times, like real close together, and I got to where I could beat it in about an hour. Which, is not a great time, but if any game I can beat in about an hour is a game that is like, it's like, okay, this is reasonable. I can work on this and I can improve from this. So like that kind of gives me hope that maybe if I went on a Ninja Gaiden kick, I could get better and we could do some challenges for that. I also kind of, though, I want to try Battletoads. I've never played that game before. I want to do a first playthrough of Battletoads. I kind of think, based on its reputation, that I'm going to get hooked and want to do challenges through that game too, so that might be the priority. We'll see. It's mostly NES stuff, though, that I get kind of sucked into and want to do really well. Oh, we also did Alien 3 on the Genesis, but that didn't take as long. I do really love Castlevania games, though. I love the series in general. And there's a lot of it I haven't played, but the ones that I have played, some of them are games I really, really love. This game, Castlevania 64, Castlevania Bloodlines, really good stuff. I think the rental system was a blessing, to be honest. Those are some magical times. You have a good mix of stuff for sure. Yeah, I try to do different types of things. I feel like I might lean a little bit too heavily into Or, well, I might be going a little too light on PlayStation and Genesis titles. I've been, I feel like kind of laser focused on NES and Switch games for a while now. But part of that's because of Dark Souls, because it's a big time consuming game, and if I'm gonna have the Switch hooked up, I feel like I should play other Switch stuff. So, but you know, we try to do different things. Have a variety of experiences. GG, thank you for the GG. Thank you. Not the worst run I've ever had. Got real far. Things got ugly. I got sad. We'll take a moment. We'll reset. We'll forget all of our troubles, and we'll try again. I use a wooden sword to hit the reset button on my consoles, so you might see me playing with this sometimes. I don't actually need to use it for the NES. The NES is close enough I can lean over, but I use it for fun. I used to have to have it to reach all my consoles, but I moved stuff around recently. There's some stuff I can't reach, but the NES I could, but we've got crunchy kale chips tonight. I don't always have well, I usually have snacks when I'm streaming. I don't always have an interesting snack, but I saw these at the store and I had to buy them because they are vampire killer flavored. I thought maybe it'd give me an edge against Dracula. So far it hasn't worked tonight, but you know, they're still okay. Sots, welcome in, Sots28. Thank you for the raid. Thank you very much. Welcome to your friends. You caught me taking a snack there. Had myself muted for a moment. Pleasure to have you with us. Tell us about your stream. What were you doing tonight? And how did it go? I hope you've had a wonderful time. Basecamp Foster, welcome in, Foster. Enigma Wave, good to see you, Enigma. And Ed Morex, welcome in. I hope you're all having a wonderful start to your week, or into your week, depending on where you are. Pez says there's a special feeling of playing games that are short and you can beat them one run after another. Yeah, I really like games with like a half hour to hour long runtime. It boggles my mind how like speedrunners who do games that have like a 4 or 6 or even longer, like 4 or 6 hour runtime. It boggles my mind how they can pull those off. Those sessions. It must be brutal. It must be brutal. Got to snack sometimes. Yeah, so we're playing Castlevania tonight, my friends. We're going for a damageless run. I don't know if it's going to happen. It will happen eventually. I know I'm good enough at this game to pull it off, but the problem is I'm only just barely good enough, so it's a long, difficult journey. We've made it to stage 5. We've actually made it there twice tonight. We've had runs that have made it as far as stage 5. I've made it to stage 6 a time or two in the past as well. So, like, I'm getting real close. But, the snack you caught me enjoying, I was hoping it might give me a competitive edge tonight. I got these kale chips, these crunchy kale chips. I've been showing them off. I bought them specifically for their flavor. They are titled Vampire Killer. So I said to myself, you know what? I've got to buy those. I've got to eat them while I play Castlevania. They're okay. They taste like garlic. They taste kind of like marinara sauce, actually. They taste like a very garlicky marinara sauce. They're really dry, really crispy. They're okay. I wouldn't buy them again, but I don't regret buying them once. Did some Super Mario Brothers 1 speed runs, then a great Super Mario Brothers 1 ROM hack. Then we won a boat in Wheel of Fortune. This is a game I've never beaten before. Oh, I hope you that you give it a try. I hope you go for the victory in it because it's a wonderful journey and a great feeling to pull it off. Let's give the shout out here for Sots. You can use that link, give our friend a follow while we're just sitting here chin wagging if you would like. And I actually owe a shout out to Old School McFly as well. Came in while I was on the run. And I didn't get around to it yet. So there's another link there for you to use, my friends. People come in for a raid, you should always click through to their channel, at least give it a look-see, maybe give them a follow so you can catch them live sometimes. If we've caught someone's eye for a raid, then I'd like to think that there's a reason, and there might be something over there on that channel that you'd enjoy if you haven't seen it yet. I was trying to speedrun Rule of Rose, Rack of Lamb says. My best time is 7 hours, and that's down from a 14-hour blind run. Ooh, 7 hours. Yeah. Yeah, I like challenge runs for the in that shorter window. About 30 minutes to an hour is what I like. The longest ones we've done are Alien 3 and Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Both of those took just over an hour for the Deathless runs. I'd like to do Super Ghouls and Ghosts damageless. I'm pretty sure I could. It would be a long journey, just like this is. But I'm pretty sure I could pull it off with enough time. Thanks for the shout out. No problem, my friend. Actually, let me check and click through myself. I gotta make sure that I'm following you. I'm not. Let me fix that. That situation has been corrected. That means I've never read your about page. Sot says, I'm on here playing Nintendo/retro games and talking about things at the same time. Lurker friendly, anonymous follows, we're relaxing. Nice. All right, we'll start pressing some buttons here, my friends. See if we can get another run started. Fingers crossed. Controls are a little jank, but I love the story. If you've not seen the game before, you should watch the trailer for it. I know I've heard of Rule of Rose, but I don't think I've seen anything from it. It's like my thought is that it's kind of like a horror type game. I think it's very expensive too, right? It's one of those sort of rare titles. All of my information could be incorrect, but those are the things that I think I know about it. But yeah, maybe I'll give it a look. Wonderful. No music glitch. So for those of you who've come in with the raid, if you haven't seen the stream before, one more time, thank you for coming along and stopping in and giving us a chance. I'm Frownie, of course. I'm very happy to have you here. I stream several nights a week, usually on weeknights. We start up around 11 p.m. Central Time and go for... Frequently we go for about 6 hours. I'm in trouble. I forgot to pick up my axe. This is going to be ugly. We do a couple different types of things on the stream. I like to prioritize very strictly blind first playthroughs of games. No research, no asking for help or any of that kind of stuff. Just sort of struggle through and see how good is this game? How good is this game really at teaching you how to play? And try to have a lot of fun doing that. Sometimes I do challenge runs of kind of brutally difficult arcade-style platformers like this. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Contra, some of the things I love. I go for like Deathless or limited item challenges, stuff like that. And other times I play a lot of jank trash. I love broken games. I love plug-and-play consoles and licensed garbage. I like to find those kinds of things, and we play them all the way through. We go on the journey to the credits. Sometimes we 100% them, even though it would probably be better for my health and sanity if I didn't. And that's it. We aim to have a relaxed stream. Everyone can kick back, chill, forget about the cares of the world, and just enjoy my struggle through some games that are way too hard for me. It's about a $600 game, $650. Found my copy at Goodwill for $5. Nice. Trailer doesn't really give any story away. You're safe from spoilers. Perhaps. I've got a very broad view of spoilers, but I might give it a look. At least look up a screenshot or something. When it comes to, when it comes to spoilers, like, it's not just story I don't want to know. Like, I don't want to know characters, I don't want to know weapons, I don't want to know mechanics. When I go into a game, like, I don't even want to know if there's a run button. And if I go the whole game and never find it, well, all the better for me. All right, we should be able to make it through stage 1. I'm sorry we had to reset stage 1. I was distracted myself and didn't pick up my axe. That's pretty bad. A run should at least die on stage. It should die on stage 2 at the very least, right? Suffer, welcome in. Good to see you again. Welcome to Castlevania. Gotta admire 100% playthrough. Yeah, I don't always feel obligated to do 100% of every game. I'd never really like to commit to it at the outset. It kind of depends on how much the game gives you feedback on your progress toward 100%. If it's one of those where you just have to play the whole game and then you get a percentage counter at the end screen, but no information as you're playing, I kind of don't like those. And it sort of depends. If it's a game I really love, or if it's a game I really hate, I'll usually 100% it. But if I'm somewhere in the middle, I don't usually care as much. Tetris guy, hey, long time no see indeed. Good to have you back again. I hope you've been doing well. Skip the trailer then. It has been a plethora of minutes. It's been a while. I hope you've been doing good. And All Father Frank. Hey, hey to you as well. Welcome in. Welcome to some Castlevania. We're just playing through. I'm no Castlevania pro, but I've done a couple challenge runs of the game here and there, and I'm trying for yet another. Trying to beat the game damageless, which means I'm resetting the game a whole lot. I've had a couple runs get close, so it is something that I will be able to do eventually. But whether tonight will be the night, I'd say it's a coin toss. But we're trying to have fun regardless. Enjoy the journey. Right, the longer I fail to achieve the run, that just means I get to play Castlevania some more. It's hard to maintain that kind of outlook. Also, I didn't get my stopwatch. It didn't spawn. I opened the candle, but it wasn't there. So this run is in peril right now. Is this on original hardware? Yes. Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of emulation. I don't have anything against it. And in fact, you know, if it's the only way you have to play, you know, particular games, I think people need to be able to play games. These things are not things that I want to be lost, but I don't know. I've never found an emulation setup I've been very happy with, and I'm in an unusually lucky position where I've got a lot of physical hardware, so I try to use that as often as possible. So yeah, we're playing real cartridge, real NES, real controller, using a CRT television. We've got the 1980s experience going on. I would like to get an EverDrive cartridge, though. That would, that would be really beneficial to me to get a couple EverDrives for a couple different consoles. But we'll see. This run is dead. It actually died a while ago, but we might as well finish out the level. Part of that real hardware thing is I use a wooden sword to press the reset button on the console, so I don't have to lean over too far or get up. All OG. It's not 100%. I mean, we have gone off of physical hardware a couple times, but it's very rare. Sometimes, you know, a port, a digital console version of the game. Sometimes that's what we have to do, but yeah, it is pretty rare. For C64, we don't use a real C64. We use the mini for that. So I wouldn't want to falsely advertise 100%, but it's really close. That's how I like to do it too. Sot says, "Yeah, I'm just the thing about it are I'm really attached to the feel of the old controllers. I'm really attached to like the input timing and refresh rate of the old CRT television, and that's the thing that makes it hardest for me to get into emulating things, because the input delay is not the same for any flat TV I've ever played on." And for some of these games, like that really matters, the responsiveness and the feeling of it. And like I said, I'm lucky. I got into retro collecting a long time ago, really early when it was all dirt cheap. I built a collection of games and hoarded them and never played them. And so now the stream is helping me catch up finally with all of the stuff I never got around to. 100% the same. The feel of the controller and the low latency. Yeah, exactly. Those are the things I gotta have. They're the things I gotta have. I don't have anything against emulation. All Father Frank says. I want to get one of those EverDrives too. Yeah. I want to pick one of those up for several different systems, but that's a far off goal. I've got a bunch of, I still have a bunch of physical games to get through to tide me over. I'm not in a rush to pick one up. But mostly I'd like to do it because I'd like to play some randomizers of some games, though. That randomizer, those randomizer things look really interesting to me. Could be a lot of fun. Have an NES, Sega Genesis, SNES, Dreamcast, and PS2. The fat model, yeah, I have those as well. All these I want to mod to the point where I want to run complete libraries on SD cards and hard disks. Right on. I haven't done any modding, I don't think, to any of my consoles. I did a repair to one of them. My Wii has the homebrew channel and a couple emulators on it. So it's had some software mods, but I think everything else is just stock. I thought about modding an Atari 2600 controller because they're made for right-handed people and I'm left-handed, and to mod one of those controllers for left-handed play looks to be pretty easy. I've just never gotten around to it. I don't really like joysticks, though. I know you can use the Sega Genesis controller for the Atari, and I really probably should do that because I stick to the Atari joystick, for the authenticity of it or whatever. But I really shouldn't because I really don't like joystick controllers. When we do the Commodore 64 games, I use a gamepad for that. We don't use the joystick for the C64 Mini. So, I mean, I might as well use a gamepad for Atari, but I just haven't brought myself to do it. No! I'm the worst. I got stuck on the stairs. We'll have a real run going here again any moment now. I clearly just have to work a little bit of foolishness out of my system. Love the Atari 2600 modded one where it was able to output a composite connection. That would be a good mod. Yeah, I have a lot of trouble with the RF signal. I have the C64 in storage. The loading times are atrocious. Oh yeah. So the Commodore 64, that's the first way I ever played video games when I was a kid. The first video game I ever played, I think, was Ghostbusters on the Commodore 64. It was that or Donkey Kong, but Ghostbusters is the funnier answer, so I like to say that. And I have a lot of nostalgic memories for the games that I had on the C64. But I was real young, so like I couldn't really use it by myself very much. But we had that. We got an Atari 2600. I know we had it. I remember nothing about it. The only thing I remember about it, I don't remember a single game we had for it. I remember the console itself. It was one of the ones with the wood paneling stickers on it. And we had those paddle controllers for it, but I remember nothing else. And then we got a NES, and it was just, for me, it was all Nintendo stuff from there forward. I really only owned and only played Nintendo stuff for the overwhelming majority of my childhood. First C64 game I played was Karateka, not sure. I think someone mentioned that game to me just a couple nights ago. We were playing C64 games on the stream, and I think someone suggested that as one I should play. I didn't get the axe again. I need to learn to focus. Alright, the run lives. I forgot my axe, but I still didn't take a hit, so we're good. There's an EverDrive for the 2600 as well, but it's called something else. That could be fun. I don't think I've ever thought about that one. I've thought about getting one for the I've thought about getting ones for my Nintendo consoles, the NES and SNES in particular. I think those would be the first two that I would pick up. But then after that, who knows? Anything's fair game. Look it up for me. Right on. If you want to send me, a link, you'll need to whisper it though. Links are universally blocked in the chat by default. So, but if you don't mind sending me a whisper, I'll check it out after the stream. For the 2600, I think I would say my favorite Atari 2600 game currently is Revenge of the Beefsteak Tomatoes. We played that game twice on the stream. It's tough. It's a difficult game, but I kind of like it. It's got a ridiculous title, so you kind of have to like it just because of that. But it's kind of a neat game where you have to like collect these bricks and build fences. There's no way to describe it that makes it sound good, but if you get a chance to play it, it's a little frustrating. It's a little difficult, but it's kind of cool. Called the Harmony cartridge. Harmony. Thank you. Right on. Thank you for that. We do 2600 games on the stream. With the older console, with the 2600 and the C64, I try to do those about once a month on the stream. I'm not always good at having them on here as often as I would like. But you'll definitely see both of them from time to time. Well, thank you for the follow, Allfather Frank. Very happy to have you on board with us. Thank you for that. I would have to say the NES is probably my the NES is probably my favorite console. It's tricky. It's tricky though, right? Because the Super Nintendo has my favorite game. My favorite game is Super Ghouls and Ghosts on the Super Nintendo. So, but overall, I think I like the NES the best, and the Nintendo 64 I've got a real strong affection for as well. But I mean, there's great stuff everywhere. That Desert Island question, right? Like, if you could only play one console again for the rest of your life, like, I think most of the mainline consoles, I could probably be happy with any of them if I had the right games. Like, you really think about that question. But NES just I love 8-bits. I love the uncomfortable blocky brick controller and just everything about it. Oh no, what have I done? Oh, I sabotaged the run. I hung in there. I hung in there for a moment. I'm running. I'm using my mouth more than my brain. I need to use them more in equal measure. I agree with you. The NES is my favorite console. I have a strong affection for the Dreamcast. Dreamcast is something I need to do more of. I have a Dreamcast. I've only ever owned one game for it. I missed the start button on my timer. Here we go. The Typing of the Dead is the only Dreamcast game I've ever owned, and sadly, my copy of it doesn't work anymore. I might need to get it resurfaced or something. But the last time I tried using it, I could not get it to load. Fortunately, I understand that Dreamcast games are very easy to replace for the most part, so maybe I'll just have to do that at some point. Yeah, the Typing of the Dead's the only game I've ever owned. Technically, I also have Crazy Taxi for the Dreamcast, but that game has never worked. I think when I got my Dreamcast, it had Crazy Taxi in it, but it's never worked. Yeah, the Typing of the Dead too. It's wonderful. I love it. Want to get into arcade cabinets and pinball machines? Fair enough. I'm a bit less interested in those. Pinball machines I like. Arcade cabinets I'm not very interested in. I've always liked home consoles more than arcades. I like the big clicky buttons on arcade machines, but I don't really like joysticks. I don't like the joystick controls. Arcade cabinets are handsome to look at. I mean, like, they do make wonderful decorative pieces. A pinball machine I'd like to have. I'd like to have a pinball machine, I think, because there are a lot of digital pinball games I like, but you can't really replicate it. When me and the missus get a house, love retro games, and all but cabinets and pinball machines are also pieces of art. Yeah, fair enough. They, if someone was handing out free Ghosts and Goblins game cabinets, I wouldn't turn it down, but it wouldn't be very useful to me. It wouldn't be very useful to me other than a piece of art, because I like the controls. I don't like the controls playing on an arcade cabinet. I'm not into the feel of it. When I think of Dreamcast, I think of Seaman, Sut says. I don't have that game, but I bought it for a friend once. I had a friend who was really nostalgic for Seaman and didn't have a copy of it, so I bought it for him. I experienced it a little bit vicariously. I had my Dreamcast, and like I said, it came with a non-functional Crazy Taxi, and then I got the game typing of it at some point. But I got the game, I didn't have any of the keyboards, and I remember when I went to the retro game store to get some keyboards. When I bought them, they were the only thing I bought, and I just remember the way the cashier's face lit up when he saw what I was buying. He was so happy, and he's like, "Oh, I know what you're playing tonight." I'm a gamer to the core. I play tabletop games, card games, PC games, console games. Right on. Nothing wrong with any of those things. I like a little bit of tabletop gaming. Not the biggest into it. But it can be fun. More like by tabletop gaming, I mean more like your board game type things, less your role-playing type games. I did try Pathfinder once, but I was my sister and her husband are really into Pathfinder, and they tried to teach me once, but I was a very bad student. But a board game night with some friends all around the table can be an excellent time. But I'm mostly a console gamer guy myself. I don't branch out a whole lot from console games. It's really my one major hobby. I like to cook and I play the guitar, and that's really about it. It's mostly, you know, like those are like the three things, but gaming takes up more time for than anything else. Especially here lately, since starting up the stream. Alright, don't mess this up, Frownie. You're really close to messing it up just by not having enough holy water. Okay, the run lives for now. Those two sets give me anxiety every time. They're like the perfect wavy line to strike fear into anyone's heart. In the board games as well, again, I'll play anything. Been missing Magic the Gathering lately. One of my friends was really into Magic when we were in high school. I had never learned to play. It was always mind-blowing to me how well he knew the cards. Because he had, like, shoeboxes and shoeboxes. Like, under his bed, he had maybe 20 shoeboxes just full of cards. Just thousands of cards. And sometimes when I was hanging out with him, like, I could pull a shoebox out and just rifle through it and pull out cards at random. And I could read him the name, and he could tell me every piece of information on the cards. Like he had a photographic memory for it or something. Alright, well this run is dead, but let's just finish out the game just to see something different for a while. We got more time for starting up runs. Bad luck with that Bone Dragon not having the Roman numerals. It's really annoying there. Kill the timer. My kale chips are not helping at all. Started off just collecting Magic the Gathering cards because I've always loved the artwork. Later on, a buddy had let me borrow his cards so we could play together and learn, and then got into it. I have somewhere, if I look around, I have a handful of Magic cards. That friend I mentioned, sometimes he would give me Magic cards if he found them, like, of things that were amusing. Like, I have one that's like like an ancient Egyptian spatula or something. Spatula of the ages. Every now and then he would give me one with like a funny title or a funny piece of artwork. This game could really put you in a bad situation, like with the Roman numerals. Earlier, one of them spawned, and I wasn't able to. The Roman numeral 3 spawned, I wasn't able to get to it in time, and I was just thinking, boy, if this game had like a strict rule of like the Roman numerals only spawn once, and if you miss out on it, it's gone for, you know, at least until you die. It's like this game could be really cruel if it had a rule like that built into it. I think my favorite card would be Circle of Protection. Be able to enchant a creature and it would be immune to all forms of damage from a color source. Why don't those bats ever behave like that when I'm on a good run? When I have nothing to lose, they're perfect gentlemen. When I'm on a good run, they're completely bogus. Don't think you've ever made it this far. We're pretty close to the end here now. About to wrap it up. The game, not the stream. I just want to say because I know what that sounded like. And the man himself. Ooh, this is, okay. I don't really like where he was, gonna transform. That's the, that's Dracula. Perfect stage 6. If only stage 4 and 5 hadn't been ugly, we would have had it. Stage 5 was incredibly ugly. Stage 6, beautiful. Beautiful. That's the kind of stage 6 I want every time. You can cheese the second form of Dracula with the holy water. You can kind of stun lock him in place, but his moves are pretty easy to manipulate as it is, so I just don't bother. I have much more practice not cheesing him than I do cheesing him. So I feel like it's safer to just not bother with the cheese. Weirdly enough. You gotta love a good set of joke credits. All right. From the top, any run could be the run. Probably fine to start up runs for about another hour. Don't forget my axe. 100% the way to go. No, that's terrible. So I think the way it works that night, that second night on top of the stairs there, the last enemy I defeated, if he drops an item, and I think if he drops any item of any kind, the candlesticks above him do not spawn the stopwatch that they're supposed to. Because now I'm stuck in this miserable situation of not having the weapon I need to defeat Medusa. But we continue onward. We don't reset until the damage actually happens. We can always hope for a miracle. No miracles were had. It'd probably be so much easier if I kept that sword on my left-hand side so I didn't have to cross it across every time to hit the thing, but it's... I can prop it up against something so it doesn't fall over when it's on my right-hand side, and I can't do that so easily on my left. Fingers crossed. Let's hope the right items show up. Yes. When we get the stopwatch, it should just be smooth sailing to the end, but I blunder in this room a lot. Those falling platforms hit me way more often than I think they probably should. And I have a real bad habit of jumping into this guy's fireballs. The bats. The bats on this stage, they're so unreliable. They've got one like particular set of behaviors that they usually follow. But I can't reliably count on it. It's always scary. Game likes to wear me down. The reset sword is wonderful. Thank you, Sots. I got that sword. I worked in a library, and we had that sword was left. It was in our lost and found. Someone left it at the library, and we had it there for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. And then, you know, I don't remember what the policy was, but every so many months, the lost and found just gets cleared out. And so I ended up with a free sword because of it. And I've had it for all this time, and then I needed something to poke the reset buttons on my consoles and for the stream, and it's perfect. So it's my consolation prize, right? When I lose my run, I'm very sad, but as a consolation prize, I get to spend a couple moments and play with a toy sword. How upset can you be when you get to play with a fun toy? Keep that spirit of childlike wonder alive. So that guy dropped an item, but the candle still gave me the stopwatch. I'm thinking maybe that's because I picked that item up before I opened it, so I'm going to try and remember to do that. If that guy ever drops an item, I'm going to try and pick it up before opening that candle and see if I consistently get my stopwatch. Maybe that will save us a little bit of future heartache. I could jump up there and fight him up close, but why take unnecessary risks? Why challenge him? Style points gain me nothing after all, right? Please don't fly up here. Oh, thank goodness. Hey, Angelus, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, my friend. Pleasure to have you with us tonight. Welcome to your friends. We'll, I may need you to remind me, but we'll try to give you a shout out when the timer stops. Maybe if I'm quick enough, I'll be able to type it between levels. But come on in and tell us, what were you doing, and how did your stream go tonight? Just got done doing some Mega Man Maker levels. Right on. Sounds like fun. Went great. No technical issues for once. Sometimes that's all you can ask for, right? And it's never something to be unhappy about. Mega Man Maker seems like a potentially cool concept. I've never tried it out myself. I am a big fan of Mario Maker, though. And I do like Mega Man, so... it's something like, I think I could enjoy it, but... never given it a chance yet. Still trying to make our damageless run happen here in Castlevania, and I made it to stage 5 a couple times tonight. I had some runs with potential, but just always falls apart. I had one beautiful stage 6 too on a dead run. I played out stage 6 just to do it, and it went beautifully. I was so sad that I couldn't make it happen on a good run. There we go, my friends. There's a shout-out link there for Angelus if you want to give our friend a follow. That link will enable you to do so. Put the Wily Machine. I think when it comes to Mega Man, my favorite Mega Man game is Mega Man 1 on the NES. Just the very first one. It's far from perfect, but its sort of roughness gives it extra charm, I think. I haven't played them all, though, yet. And most of them I've only played once, so... My opinion's not really a reflection on the series as a whole, but I just really like Mega Man 1. No! Oh, rip the run. No, I picked up an axe. We're doomed. Frankenstein is gonna ruin me if I even make it to him. I'm so very unhappy. I don't like video games anymore. Not just this game. I don't like games in general anymore. This one's ruined them for me. Oh, I almost did it too. I almost did it without taking any hits. Let's reset. I know I've been playing out the game, but I'm really hurting from that one, so I'm gonna reset. I leaned over, pressed reset as I was picking up my sword to hit reset with my other hand. I told you, I don't actually need the sword. It's just slightly more comfortable. I do need it for Super Nintendo, though, if we're doing a challenge there. That was heartbreaking. They put the Wily machine in there in the latest version, complete with Wily begging for mercy when you destroy it, which is always therapeutic. A moment of quiet contemplation. If Base hadn't saved Wily and Mega Man 7, the series would have ended. I haven't actually played Mega Man 7 all the way through. I've played it a little bit. I don't really like Mega Man 7 very much. I think the sprites are all way too big in Mega Man 7. It makes me feel claustrophobic. Lost track of how many times Wily begged for mercy. Mega Man should have just blown him away. Well, they should at least, at the very least, invent stronger prisons. He always seems to get out. Hello there, Zinshan. Hey, thank you for the raid, my friend. Good luck, raid. Thank you for the good luck. I need it. I need it. I'm doing bad tonight, Zinshan. So thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. Welcome to all of your friends as well. Very happy to have you here with us. What were you playing tonight, my friend? And how'd your stream go? I've been doing just Castlevania all night. I've had a couple runs get really close, but, well, I've had a couple runs make it to stage 5, which is not really close, but it's close enough to be sad when they die. We're trying to beat Castlevania damageless, my friends. I'm pretty good at this game, but I'm just a casual player at the end of the day. I think damageless is like barely possible. It's at the far extreme of my ability, so I'd really like to make it happen. I'll give you a proper shout out as soon as I'm off the clock, Zinshan. Or perhaps during levels if I can type quickly enough. More Wild Arms 3. Making more progress. Almost at the last chapter. Right on. Seems to be quite the game. I feel like you've been working on it a while. There we are. Shout out for Zinshan. Very good friend to the stream, and you can give him a follow right there with that link. The attempt right before this one, we made it to stage 4, and I accidentally picked up a random weapon drop that threw me off track. Excuse me. I almost kept the run alive regardless, but only almost. I had Frankenstein down to his last couple hits before he ruined me. Thank you kindly. Fun fact, Agent Frownie is still my favorite retro streamer. You're too kind, Zinshan. Oh. It's a It is a rough journey, the challenge run grind. There's a lot of moments of disappointment, but like when you get to listen to this song, kind of makes it all feel worth it. Before I forget, thank you for the shout out. No problem, Angelus. Thank you for the raid. Be right back. I should be here for a while yet, Zinchan. We will await your return. This isn't going to be quite the massive stream that we sometimes get up to, but I got a bit of energy yet. I have to turn into bed at a somewhat reasonable time because, like I've been saying, I'm having some plumbing problems at my house, and I'm gonna spend tomorrow kind of looking around and seeing if there's anything I can do to solve them. I think we have a clog in our septic line, and I'm gonna look around and see if I can find access and use my plumber's snake to unclog the clog before I have to call a professional. So I'll have to turn in somewhat early to keep my strength about me for those daylight hours. Wish me luck, everyone, because I'm unskilled and have no idea what I'm doing. Kind of like this game. Kind of like in this game. Those were the worst flea men. They came in so far apart. Nothing but scared of them. Another stage 4 demise. I've been showing these off all night. We've got I've got crunchy kale chips, and I've been snacking on them every now and then. I got them because of the flavor. They are titled Vampire Killer. I thought that would give me the edge I need to defeat Dracula. So far, it has not been true. I cannot recommend this brand of crunchy kale chips because it does not make you better at Castlevania. They taste alright. They're very dry and very crunchy. They taste like a very, very garlicky marinara sauce. And I do like garlic quite a bit. I hate those flea men. They always manage to jump in weird patterns, especially when they're dropped from the birds. They're rough. They're rough. I feel like they're only semi-predictable. Welcome in, Demon Fighter 97. Hope you're doing well tonight. This game teaches people to hate sine waves. Did the mummy take you out? No, I got hit by a flea man. A couple flea men came in. They came in unusually far apart. I feel like, I don't know. I'm just making excuses, but they got me. Garlic, you can just breathe on Dracula. Yep, yeah, exactly. That's why they called him Vampire Killer. The strong garlic. The mummies are the easiest. I'll sit on the step and whip away. For the mummies, I've been throwing holy water at the mummies. That's my go-to. I try very hard to watch. I try very hard to avoid watching anyone else play any games that I work on challenges for. So I very rarely know the best way to do anything. Sometimes it gets quite ugly. I always struggle at Frankenstein, or rather I always struggle at the Immortal Flea Man. Yeah. I've gotten real lucky a time or two. I mean, again, like, holy water cheese is like my go-to move for most things, but a time or two I've beaten Frankenstein legitimately without cheesing him, but that flea man is out of control. Axe on stage 1, stopwatch on stage 2, and now it's holy water all the way to stage 6. I like that. It's a good thing Medusa can only look at the screen, otherwise Simon would be stone deep in Fighter says. It's so good. It's a miracle I'm not turned to stone, man. How can you not be pumped to do challenge runs with this jam? I was just saying that. I was saying that while you were away for a moment, Tinchan. This stage's music in particular, yeah, really helps. Really helps when like you're on the grind and you're feeling down. It's hard to it's hard not to get a little boost from this stage in particular. With these sweet tunes. The CRT isn't good for Medusa petrification. It's my only protection. Withered technology to the rescue again. Fought Medusas in Final Fantasy, and I always managed to turn my characters to stone. All the one in Castlevania does is throw snakes. One in Super Castlevania 4 can turn you to stone, though. I didn't remember that. I've only played Castlevania 4 one time. I'd like to do it again. I know it's going to take some time because the game's got like a million levels. Need to play Castlevania 3 as well. And get the other endings. So much. There's so many games I need to play. How will I ever make all the time? Has the Mummy ever been hard? Why does Dracula keep him around? I mean, I'm surprised Death didn't get fired after this game. He's like one of the hardest bosses to ever exist, but he's also one of the most cheesable bosses to ever exist. You know how you feel about endless amounts of games. I have tons as well, Angela says, and not enough time to play them. Yeah. Yeah, and that's and part of the problem is I spend a lot of time replaying the same games over and over again instead of playing new ones. But you know, the time is we only have so much time. You got to spend it doing things you like. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that was the worst thing that could have happened to me. Wait. Oh. No! But the run is dead. Oh, I'm so sad. Why do I play games that make me sad? Oh well. Let's finish out the game just to, you know. We came this far. Let's finish this out and we'll start another run. I blundered, I saved it, and then I blundered again. Oh, very sad. Go back to the sweet jams. Oh, how can my heart endure such repeated disappointment? Campfire Death, he's death. The moment he's gone, he's taking Dracula's immortal soul with him. Good point. So who's really the boss? I have a problem where I buy games and not ever getting around to playing them. Yeah, that was for... I've got well, basically a couple decades of accumulated backlog. For like 2 decades, I think I was buying games and never playing them. And yeah, I got a lot of catching up to do. Stream really helps with that. Streaming's a good antidote for a backlog. Because it always, I always want to try to be doing new things. For the stream, and also it makes me, it holds me accountable to make sure I finish things. And to play games regularly. So it's really helpful. So long, Death. pretty sure in the Dracula canon, in the Castlevania canon, Dracula is essentially the devil. In Romanian, Drac can mean dragon and devil. Yeah, fair enough. Started streaming to help get through games, never played or finished. Just recently finished Earthbound. Right on. That's one I've never played yet myself. But GG, that's supposed to be a real classic. I don't know that that particular stopwatch use is wise of me. Don't like that bird. Don't like that bird. Don't like that bird. Do like that bird. Thread the needle. This tune, I read this tune slaps right as it ended, sadly. Music here makes me think of the Wicked Witch of the West. No. Oh, I thought he was gonna get me. I panicked. Well, we had a perfect stage 6 again. That's 2 times tonight. Stage 6 has gone perfect on a dead run. That makes that one. Was that deathless? I don't think I died on that one. Did I die on stage 5 at all? I don't think I did. Oh. This is a hard game. Why did I play such hard games? The most evil room. Yeah. Axe Knights and Medusa Heads. Deadly combination. Deadly combination. Earthbound is a game I have heard of but never played. Really want to, Angela says. Yeah, I've heard it's supposed to be amazing. If I didn't get hit by the skeleton, it would have been the run. One hit. It's like a knife in the heart. Terrible, terrible skeletons. The wicked vampire of the vest. Gotta say, I still love the Dracula battle from the start of Symphony. What is a man? Classic. Almost perfect. Thank you for the follow, Demon Fighter. Very much appreciate you coming on board. Let's, yeah, I can start up another run or two. I can spend a little bit more time. Let's see if we can do one hit better. That's all I have to do now. I'm one hit away from perfection. If I can get a damageless run, I think that I will try to do low percent deathless. And that'll probably be the final challenge that I do. I've done whip only deathless, and so I don't think low percent will be that much harder than whip only. I don't think that that whip only damageless is in the cards for me. There are a couple bosses that I'm not sure how to defeat them without taking a hit. I don't know if I can figure it out. And since I don't like to do research, that may be beyond my ability. I played Haunted Castle. I've beaten Haunted Castle twice. We did it on the stream, and I actually did it once off stream. Everyone just has to take my word on that one. But Haunted Castle is a nightmare. It's a harder Castlevania, that's for sure, because it's a much worse Castlevania. Haunted Castle is a terrible, janky game. I kind of want to try and do a Deathless Haunted Castle too. Even though it's terrible, I kind of want to like it. It's Coin Muncher, yeah. It does have checkpoints though, so when I played it through, I didn't, I did give myself coins for extra lives, but I didn't coin feed to fill up my health bar. So I played it, kind of with home console rules. Or I let myself have coins for infinite lives, but I never boosted my health with them. I think it could be fun to do a 1 coin clear, though, of Haunted Castle. Well, it wouldn't really be fun to do it, but it would be fun to have done it. It would be fun to be able to look back at it and say, I finished that challenge. Would you eat wall meat? I think I mean, desperate times. If it's the only thing that's going to keep me alive. I say that, but honestly, I'm such a picky eater, I don't think I could. Even if I were near death, I probably wouldn't be able to make myself do it. Gonna play it on stream. After my poor attempt at playing it, I was like, nah. Yeah, it's a pretty ugly time. It didn't take us forever to beat, but it did take a couple nights. I had to work on it for a little while. The speedrun of Haunted Castle is only like 10 or 11 minutes, I think. I want to try a 1 credit run of Metal Slug. I can do the first 2 levels fine, start to die against the Come On Boy guy. I haven't actually played Metal Slug myself. It looks like something I'd probably like, though. I like run and gun type games. I actually have a bunch of the Metal Slug games downloaded on the Switch from the eShop, but I've never made the time to play any of them. What's your #1 favorite arcade game? Metal Slug 2 is a fantastic arcade game, Zinshan says. Another game I want to check out but never played, Angela says. Yeah, I've seen... You know, I've seen what the, like, screenshots of what the game looks like. I think I could really like it. Birds, I always wonder what they're gonna do sometimes. They don't do what I want them to do and I get hit. Yeah. Yeah, the birds, I don't trust the birds at all. There's some enemies like skeletons. You can usually trust the skeletons to behave predictably. Medusa heads are, you know, they're gonna do what they always do, but birds are one of them that I just never know what's going on. With the flea man, it could kind of go either way. Sure wish I had that Roman numeral up here. Chompy's Paradise, welcome in, Chompy. Damageless Castlevania 1 is a fun run. Is this your first time doing it? Yeah, this is not my first night making attempts, but if I achieve a damageless run, it will be the first time I've ever done it. I had a run just a moment ago that was 1 hit. I got hit once by 1 skeleton. Everything else was perfect. So if I do one hit better, we'll have the run. I got scared killing two of the flea men in the same spot. Like, I was sure one of them was going to drop an axe. That's too many flea men to go out at once for an axe to not appear. It didn't, so I was wrong, but I'm surprised I was wrong. Come on, Roman numeral, please. Thank you. Takes a lot. It takes a lot of holy water to burn that guy up. That Frankenstein moved a lot more than he normally does. So many of my runs die on stage 5, so like, just go ahead and prepare your hearts, my friends, for the heartache that is likely to happen. And frequently right away. I don't know what it is. I'm just so terrible at those first flea men. And everything at the start of the stage. Another dead run. Just play it out just for fun. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. It's all the pressure. Flea man percent. It's all the pressure of stage 5. It gets into my head, I think. I've lost so many runs to those two flea men. Ninja Gaiden's another one that I'd like to get better at. Be good enough to maybe do a deathless run through it. 2-hit run. We're on a 2-hit run now. Ninja Gaiden is such a deceptive game though, because like it's really like the first four levels, it's like, oh yeah, I could get really good at this game easily, and then the last 2 levels are an endless nightmare of pain. Radius and Life Force are easy games to do deathless, or rather, they're both hard games. Where dying is absolutely terrible. So they're games. They're sort of the games with that philosophy of like it's easier the better you do. As long as you stay alive and don't lose your upgrades, it's a fun time. But if you have to start over from scratch, it's a nightmare. Is that what I'm hearing? Oh, we're not even on a deathless run now. Will the humiliation ever end? Nope. Put Castlevania 1 and 3 in that same boat? That they're easy until you mess up? Or they're easier until you mess up anyway? Yeah, a lot of games are like that. Right? Like Contra's like that. Because if you get the spread gun, then as long as you get and keep the spread gun, then like everything's fine. But when you die and say goodbye to your best friend, it's just all nightmares from there. Super Ghouls and Ghosts is like that, because like if you've got the gold armor, you can use magic to cheese your way through a lot of stuff. Games like that are fun. Come on, Dracula. No cheap shots. Don't appear on top of me now. Castlevania 3, I need to play a lot more. I've only ever beaten it once. I need to at least get all 4 endings. I think there are 4 endings. So long, Dracula. Oh. Done really well with Dracula Knight. Very few times have I had bad luck and taken a hit from him. He did kill me once earlier, but most of the times we've made it to him tonight have been damageless. You can catch your multiples after dying in Life Force. One thing I love about Gradius is the levels are so hard and the bosses have such complex patterns, but the final boss is always a pushover. Contra and Super C are kind of like that. The bosses are just kind of like victory reels, or victory laps. Ghost Super Ghouls and Ghosts is like that. Frownie, I have to head to bed. I think we're about to wrap up anyways, Sean, so you picked a good time. I was about to say my good nights. A lot of times I go for much longer streams, typically, but yeah, with this week, with it being what it is, I think it's probably wise that we call it a little bit earlier. Oh, there are so many fine people streaming that we could raid. But good night, Zinchan. Thank you again for the raid. I hope that you sleep very well, my friend. Thank you for the GGs. I know you'll beat this challenge soon. Thank you. Thank you for the vote of confidence. I'm not feeling super... Well, I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling all right. We had a one-hit run. I shouldn't be down. I feel sad that we worked on it for so long and didn't get it. But on the other hand, I had my best run ever, right? A one-hit run? I can't complain about that. I should be more grateful. Oh, thank you for the hydrate too, Zinchan. Well, can I do that? Angela says, good night, take care. I'll be back tomorrow night with Final Fantasy. Right on. Hopefully I'll be able to see you. We shall see. So normally I stream pretty much every weeknight at 11 p.m. Central Time. 11 p.m. Central Time until question marks. We usually go for about 6 hours. Night's only a 3.5 hour stream. This week's weird. I'm having some plumbing problems in my house. So I need to sleep more at night and be awake more when there's daylight to get it taken care of. So the schedule is going to be real bogus. I might not show up for some streams. I might show up late. I might end early. I'm not going to be very reliable, and I hate to do that to you, but I will try my best to let everyone know what's going on in the Discord. When I am going to go live, I'll try and let you know a little bit ahead of time. And if I know for sure I'm going to cancel, I'll let you know as early as I do. But I probably won't really know whether or not I'm able to go on until close to time to go live. So if you're in the Discord, just keep an eye out there to know what's up, and I'll do my best to let you know. Thank you for your patience and understanding as I deal with this terrible problem. But we'll try and get things back on track. Just one hit away instead of level 6 now. Progress is massive. Thank you, Buddha Fingers. Thank you. But yeah, I'm going to send us off. We're going to go on a raid. I'm going to send us in the direction of Narblast. I don't think I've seen one of his streams yet. And he has sent a lot of raids in our direction. So I definitely owe his channel a look-see. So I can't really speak for what it's like over there. Don't know that it will be... I can't necessarily expect that it'll be family friendly or anything. Maybe a mature stream, maybe some adult language and discussion topics. May not be. I don't know. We're gonna find out together if you would come along. But they've been coming over our direction a whole lot lately, so I think that we definitely owe them a look-see. And I mean, anyone who would raid this stream multiple times, they must have something cool going on in their channel too, right? Playing F-Zero. F-Zero I've never actually played very much. I've played a little bit of it. I've never tried to go all the way through it. It's a game that really intimidates me. So, hopefully Nar is really good at it. We'll do more Castlevania some nights this week, my friends. If we do any Dark Souls, it'll be on Tuesday and Thursday, so if those streams get canceled, there won't be any Dark Souls, but you don't have to worry about missing it in that case, at least. I'm not gonna put that on an unexpected night because I don't want to do it and people not be here for it. So if we do Dark Souls, it'll be Tuesday and Thursday. If those get canceled, we'll just save Dark Souls for next week. More Castlevania. We're going to continue our playthrough of them fighting herds and lots of other nonsense too. So hopefully I'll get to see you for some of it. We'll have some good times together. I've really enjoyed having you here tonight, my friends. Thank you. So many people have come in with raids, and so many of you have hung around. Thank you for lurking. Thank you to those who chatted with me as well. It's been a pleasure, my friends, but I am out of stream for tonight. It's time to head out. Let's go on an adventure.